in 1978, Grease was the word here at Venice High School in Los Angeles, California, where Danny, Sandy, Nicky, Duty, Sonny, Putsy, and Frenchie were students at the fictional Rydell High. Back in the 70s, the 50s were big. I'm talking Mickey Rooney big. And it all got started with a low-budget film shot in less than a month by a little-known director named George Lucas. In 1973, movie audiences got a nostalgic, high-octane blast from the past with a rip-roaring, coming-of-age movie, American Graffiti. The film is now considered a time capsule from an age of innocence when cool cars cruised on hot summer nights.
Why is it a must-see film? Because it captures a special era. Life had a very wholesomeness to it, which I don't think you feel today. And it was just a unique time.
It's a classic film. We got placed in the best 100 films of all time by the American Film Institute. We're up there with Gone with the Wind and Wizard of Oz.
American Graffiti's modest $750,000 budget launched some of Hollywood's most celebrated careers.
Virtually every single person involved in American Graffiti goes on to a major career. Who's a bigger director in Hollywood now than George Lucas, and if not George Lucas, then Ron Howard? Harrison Ford. What a film career Richard Dreyfuss has had.
It also thrust into the spotlight young actors Bo Hopkins and Candy Clark, who received an Academy Award nomination for her role.
Hi, I'm Bo Hopkins. 30 years ago, we shot American Graffiti here, and I played Joe DeFaro.
And I played Debbie. My name is Candy Clark. And here we are on Paradise Road. We're going to take you into the town of Petaluma and show you some of the places where we shot the movie American Graffiti 30 years ago.
The movie was filmed in Petaluma, California, a sleepy town not unlike Modesto, California, the hometown of director George Lucas. For 25 days and nights in 1972, this idyllic community became the set of a cult classic.
Petaluma's a beautiful little town. Was back then and still is today.
The main street is still pretty quaint, and as it was, which is nice.
This is Petaluma Boulevard, the main drag featured so prominently in the film. In fact, it's hard to go 2 blocks in this town without hitting a location from the movie. Here's the Mystic Theater, where Harrison Ford picked up Cindy Williams. And right next door, this empty parking lot was the used car dealership where Bo initiated Richard Dreyfuss into the Pharaohs.
This is Kentucky Street, where we did our scene with Richard Dreyfuss. New Marvin's Restaurant now, but at the time we were watching all the television sets inside, and he was sitting on Gil's car. And that's where I walked out and said, "Oh, you scratched it, man. God, times change. Everything. Got antique stores everywhere now. Candy Clark's in every one of them."
With Candy's help, we even tracked down the liquor store where underagers Debbie and Toad, played by Charles Martin Smith, tried to buy some hooch.
Here's the place where I gave Toad the $1 to buy some Old Harper, and he never paid me back.
Another must-see is Freight's Road, just outside of Petaluma. It doubled as Paradise Road for the movie's climactic drag race.
30 years ago, I could have taken you.
For many fans of American Graffiti, classic cars like these were the other stars of the film.
Car collectors love this movie because there are certain cars that are featured in the movie that are still classic collector cars.
I just love the feel of tuck and roll upholstery.
I drove those time period cars back then, and it was like you reliving your childhood again, really.
Over 300 pre-1962 vehicles were used for the cruising scenes alone. And believe it or not, we found the two most recognizable, the actual 55 Chevy and 32 Ford Coupe used in the movie.
This is the original 1932 Ford 512 Coupe that was driven by actor Paul Matt in the movie American Graffiti. It's in pretty much original movie condition. Still has the original paint job from the sequel, More American Graffiti. This 55 is one of three that was built by Richard Ruth. They were actually built for a movie, Two-Lane Blacktop, and that's pretty much an original movie condition. It's been repainted a few times.
You'll find plenty of these hot rods on display at Mel's Drive-In nearby in San Francisco. It's modeled after the original Mel's used in the film.
Well, here we are on the corner of Beaumont and
Gary in San Francisco, in front of
Mel's Drive-In. So we'll go in and see what they got.
Burgers, shakes, and oldies on the jukebox are the usual fare at this nostalgic diner. Pictures of the movie that made Mel's famous adorn the walls so fans can fuel up on film history. Even 3 decades after American Graffiti was released, Bo and Candy still feel an enduring bond with the film.
it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm just glad that, you know, Bo and I are around to experience all the love that people bring us when they talk about the movie. And it's just a great film. I'm just so proud to be in it, and, you know, I love the film too.
You see, American Graffiti is a feel-good movie. It was then, it still is today, and I think that's the secret to it.
Classic cars, great actors, and a timeless story. The secret to movie success that continues to roll on. Harrison Ford was asked to cut his hair for his role in American Graffiti, but he refused, saying that his part was too small and offered to wear a hat instead. Can you imagine?